Hello everyone, welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Vtuber Progression League Intermission?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go get some snacks from the lobby.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
Had like an intermission in a movie before?
No, I haven't.
I've only ever had it once. And I remember the cinema, it was like a really old school cinema with like a lobby kind of like... It was like... So there's like some cinemas in the UK, there's very few of them left now where like they play the national anthem before the movie and stuff. And you can get like cups of tea. It was one of those cinemas, yeah. So they'd make all their money off cups of tea in the intermission.
National heritage sites now, right?
God, they're all gone. I'm pretty sure they're all gone. They're just views and Odeons now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically how it is here. Everything's AMD or AMC. I mean, AMC and Kings.
I hear a lot of good stuff about the Alamos.
Oh yeah, Alamo Draft House. There's like a couple of those around.
Yeah. I hear you can order pizza while watching a movie.
They have like full dinner service.
That is revolutionary.
Yeah.
I want that so bad.
And as the name implies, you can also get alcohol. Draft house being in the name.
Oh, that's what that means?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was war related, because like I don't know what the Alamo was, but apparently you're supposed to remember it. Is that and like draft? You get like drafted for war? Is it? I thought it was like a historical thing.
No, it's called a draft house because they serve alcohol there. Drafts of beer.
Yeah.
But no, the Alamo is a place you're supposed to remember. It's like a Texas Revolution thing. The Texans defended the Alamo from Mexican soldiers. During the Texan Revolution, which was mostly run by slave owners, but we don't need to get into that right now.
Okay, yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! Though.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, I guess we should explain. Split 1 ended. So there's going to be a 2-week, hopefully only a 2-week, intermission between the two splits. We've got some organizing to do. I can't say at this point any firm decisions have been made because we're kind of like seeing who might be available for split 2. I'd say the premise going into this league is that it's not always going to be the same players every split. Which gives more people a chance to participate, and also people who need to step out for a couple of weeks a chance to do that.
Yeah, like for instance, when I went into this, I was expecting to have to step out because of my graduate school stuff. But I've actually been able to manage okay, so I'm probably going to be staying in for as long as I can.
Awesome. It's actually not that much overhead.
Yeah.
In terms of you probably have the biggest commitment because you do the video stuff.
Yeah.
But
the editing takes longer than you would think. Especially those 2-hour ones.
Oh god, I mean we will definitely get into that because we're going to do a bit of a post-mortem on Split 1, and we've got to talk about just like DM era.
We got to talk about stall. We have to talk about
miserable. But yeah, like I'm as like I suppose the lead commissioner of the league who is doing pretty much all the work. Not that like I'm doing it because I want to do it, not because Ian is lazy. That's not the implication.
I made it clear going in that I didn't have the time to put in a whole lot of stuff.
And it's a one-person job anyway. It's more. I like to think that you serve a advisory role where if I need like
rules stuff too.
Exactly. If I need like a second opinion on like
as much as I forget some of the rules during the episodes, as you've probably noticed by now, I go like, wait, is that how that works? Oh wait.
Yeah, we've definitely had some ruling stuff come up. Like I had no idea Noblewoman of Extermination fizzles if you activate the card it's targeting. Which makes no sense to me.
It's so weird.
I have no idea why. It doesn't make sense because of the way it's worded. It seems like it would just Like it
like it's already targeted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I have no idea why the effect doesn't follow through. Whatever.
Yeah, it's just like it's no longer a set card, so it can't be a legal target. Yeah, but that's
the targeting. The targeting requirement is met when you activate the card, and then the effect has nothing to do with the card being face down.
These early days, these early days of Yu-Gi-Oh were completely dominated by Upper Deck's weird management of the franchise.
Right.
Because this was before Konami took over entirely. This is the Upper Deck period. Which the story behind that is kind of funny too. But it leads to some rulings nightmares.
Definitely.
Especially regarding like some cards that we haven't really seen yet. Like, I mean, Last Will is legal, but no one's playing it. Or not Last Will. I mean, Last Will's not legal yet. It will be soon. But Last Turn is what I meant.
Oh, yeah, Last Turn, even for the people who like to pull out the spicy stuff, it's just like, I think you need Wall of Revealing Light for that.
Yeah, and the Jougans as well.
Well, Jougans are definitely out there. I know for a fact that there's like a good dozen Jougans in the pool. So Split 2, we're very open to the idea of expanding the league to 10 players, and that effectively what that does is it adds another 2 weeks minimum. So if everybody, the way it works is if a 10-person league, everybody plays each other twice, that's 9 weeks. Same for 8 people playing twice, well, 7 weeks. It's just a bit of maths, you know?
Yeah.
So it's possible that Split 2 will be 10 players and 9 weeks long. We just need to make sure everyone's available and if anyone wants to step in. So we're kind of just looking into that at the moment. So hopefully there should be some new faces by the time Split 2 rolls around.
Yeah.
There's also a possibility that we might tweak some of the... I think I'm definitely going to have a look at the Lost Point store and tweak some values based on what wasn't being picked and what was being picked.
And initially, we're going to be having more Lost Points by the end of the split than we would have before if we add the 2 extra people. So
yeah. Although I don't think, you know, like I think 15 Lost Points for a starter deck, like I think multiple people could have gone for that if they hadn't been spending their points as quick as they got them. I definitely like that one. I'm not touching that one. I think I guess we've not actually had a chance to talk about this, but I think that buying additional packs is maybe too cheap. I think I might bump each of those up 1 point.
That's possible. I think that's basically what rocketed me up to second place, was the fact that I got so many recruiters.
Yeah, possibly.
It's like I just bought extra packs in the recruiter sets, and I...
And I think that's all I'm going to change, because like the extra packs were just by far the most popular choice for people. I would imagine something like 75% of all of the lost points earned in Split 1 was spent on bonus packs. Very few wildcards, no unbans, but that makes sense.
Yeah, nothing that we've banned right now feels like it needs to be unbanned.
Well, that's not the mechanic of like unbanning cards that are no longer a problem. We'll probably start doing that around Split 3. I think what we'll do, it doesn't make sense to do it this time because it's still so early on, but eventually I think what we'll do is we'll do a rebanning at the start of each split where each person gets a nomination or like a certain amount of nominations to keep a card on the list, and then it goes round robin until all the nominations are used, and any cards on the list not named will just come off because obviously no one cares enough to keep them on.
Oh,
so that's probably when you'll see Muka Muka Free and Jirai Kuma.
Yeah. Speaking of cards being banned, we should mention that we did one last ban vote.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I did make some notes for talking points. I've completely skipped over them. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we should probably say what the final results were for Split 1.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was very close in the end. You know what's really funny? Talk about match results, but not actually having the match results in front of me. So, there we go. So the standings were joint 7th place, coming in last, was Aker and Cheeky. And then in 6th place with 16 points was Jasper. Jasper, I think, had a really strong second half of the split.
Yeah.
Jasper.
Once water starts to come together, Jasper was able to pull it.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Yeah, I don't know exactly. I didn't actually face Jasper because I think I played my second game against Jasper week 4. So I played Jasper while he was still in his flop era. But like just looking at his results, it was getting a lot better. And he was maybe 1 week away from bumping up to 5th actually.
The deck that I played Jasper literally for the last week of the split. And unfortunately I caught Jasper in a Patrician of Darkness lock.
Oh no.
But I had Patrician of Darkness and Labyrinth Wall. It was amazing. But what I was seeing is a much more competent deck going on. It was actually like if I hadn't been playing like this incredibly oppressive deck, I feel like I would have had I feel like I would have had trouble.
Yeah, I mean, God, that the last week I think was the freedom, the liberation of the beatdown decks because of Raigeki Break finally.
Yeah, I did actually cut down a lot of my stall stuff. Like I wasn't playing a whole lot of stall stuff against Aika because Aika was going to be playing the stall stuff, and I was like, I'll just play the burn stuff instead. Like it's already going to be stalled. I'll just play burn. And then against Jasper, I had more of the stall stuff in, but it was mostly recruiters. It was just the recruiter beatdown strategy.
Man, if I get ban points, I'm getting rid of Nimble Momonga. That card has been such a thorn in my side.
It's been surprisingly good for me. Just like the ability to recoup life points while doing burn.
Yeah. Well, it's not just that. It walls up for several turns, or several battles, and 3k healing.
Yeah,
nuts.
3k. Like,
yeah.
That's
something you want to be doing anyway.
That's 2 turns of burning land.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Momonga can actually put you out of range of drawing with Dark Snake Syndrome, I'm pretty sure.
Probably, yeah. I had a very interesting Dark Snake Syndrome activated against me in my final game, and I was just like, okay, well, I'm just going to punch you really hard and you're going to die from it. Yeah,
that's why I was very careful with my Dark Snake Syndrome. It's like, it can go badly so easily.
Double-edged sword. Yeah, double-edged sword for sure.
It's like Burning Land doesn't usually go as bad. By the way, Burning Land was amazing against Jasper. Just the ability to clear the field spell too.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't usually come up, but against Jasper it came up.
Oh, I bet.
Clear out the Legendary Ocean.
So I don't know if you know this, but Gomi pulled 3 Necro Valley.
Oh, wow.
And all the Gravekeepers. So Gomi's Necro Valley deck is actually better than mine, because I only had 2.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. So I think we're definitely going to be seeing some Gravekeepers.
I wish I had more Burning Land.
I actually swapped over to a really fun warrior gear free the Iron Knight build with triple Blast with Chain, which basically just works as, I mean, just Omni Destruction.
Yeah.
And it's super consistent because I have like so many ways to get gear freed.
That's so cool.
It worked so well against Gomi.
But yeah, back to the results. We got enough of a tangent there.
Oh shit! What did I get to? Okay, in 5th place. Yeah. I'm just gonna fly through them really quick. So 7th place tied Aker and Shiki. Jasper in 6th with 16 win points. Ruko in 5th with 18 win points. And then we have the big jump. So there was a big gap between top half and bottom half. 4th was me with 27 win points, which, very respectable.
You started very strong, and then people started to beat you a little bit.
Yeah, well, I just never. I stuck to beatdown like pretty much the whole time, and it's hard. It's really hard. It's
hard out here for a beatdown under
in DM. Yeah. Gomi in third with 28 points. Ian in second with 29, and Mira 31.
We went so close, but
you were close.
Mira did great.
Yeah, Mira did, like, for somebody who's played the majority of the split with a toon deck.
Yeah.
Did amazing. Shockingly well.
Yeah.
And I know she's put those tunes in the back pocket for later.
Mm-hmm.
When I don't know, it's probably like 10 years before any tune support rolls around, but...
Yeah, the thing about tunes is that if you ever make tunes actually playable, they're awful, they're horrible. Everyone would hate them and they'd want them to be gone.
Yeah.
So you can never actually make them playable, unfortunately. So that
it was it was an interesting split. I think we talked about this a little bit previously. I think what really obviously separated like the top half and the bottom half more than anything else came down to the deck building. I feel like in this era of Yu-Gi-Oh, like, it's such a simple tempo-based game that
it really
the better deck is going to win most of the time. There's not much room for outplays at the moment.
Yeah, basically there's like two factors I think here. There's deck building and, you know, conserving your resources. Like, if you're able, like, the first person who jumps can end up being massively punished for it. So you got to know when to invest those resources. That involves a little bit of reading of your opponent as well.
Yeah, and knowing what my opponents have been playing in advance has helped me a lot as well. Seeing what people have been trading for has been dead giveaways quite often. And
if someone's trading for tunes, they're not building anything but tunes.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm really glad that we're out of the pit. We're rapidly approaching Chaos format I think Invasion of Chaos and Dark Beginning 1 are probably going to be the two, like, landmark sets.
Yeah.
Of Split 2. Two sets which I think a lot of people are going to be investing or stockpiling loss points for. That's my prediction.
Yeah, that seems reasonable to me. Those are some of the really powerful sets here. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, cards that'll come up, but, like, let's see here. If I go to the packs here, wow, it's really just gonna... God, I hate how this is set up. Why would you set it up this way?
It's annoyingly not easy to actually look up the order and then look up the card list.
Okay,
it's not
here we go.
As easy as
I've got
it to be.
Magic Ruler. Okay, Labyrinth of Nightmare. Okay, so Chronic Guardian, Magician's Force. Like, I'm quickly scrolling through Magician's Force. Like, there's Tribe Infecting Virus, but, like, not a whole lot going on in here. Magical Merchant, I guess that's more like the Chaos stuff. Oh, Magical Scientist. Magical Scientist is a common though, so I don't see anyone like pulling extra for it.
No, probably not. What comes after Magician's Force?
Dark Crisis, I think. Vampire
Is
Lord
Wave Motion Cannon is not far off.
Yeah, Wave Motion Cannon is going to be crazy. Here's something you're going to be interested in. Butterfly Dagger Elma, maybe?
Possibly. It's not as good as people think based on how long that card was on the ban list. It really isn't.
And Saku at common though.
My Body as a Shield comes out in Magician's Force. That's a and Wave Motion Cannon.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? There's a lot of cards in this set coming up that are going to be quite influential. This isn't quite a rollover set.
Yeah. It's just like it's mostly at the common level, so I don't see like a lot of
secret rares a wash.
This would probably be like one where you buy extra packs rather than rerolls or anything.
I could really see somebody going for the XYZ stuff.
Potentially.
In a normal progression series, it wouldn't be possible. But in our progression series,
with the trading,
because this is one of those archetypes that like with the tunes, that if somebody is really determined, they could maybe pull a critical mass of it.
Yeah, because like with the XYZ stuff, like that was actually very playable in Speed Duel. And now Speed Duel obviously had the skill in order to like bump it up a bit, and shorter deck size, like a smaller deck size. But I still think with the power spells available, there is a potential to play it. Kaiser Colosseums and Magician Force.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one. Des Koala is in here. Secret Barrel is in here.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a resurgence of Burn-Spell.
Breaker the Magical Warrior.
Oh yeah, Breaker.
That's probably going to be my chase card, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And then the Dark Crisis has stuff like Ojama Trio, Skill Drain, DD Warrior Lady.
Yeah. So it's not like there's like
nothing. It's just
set 8 and set 9 are both going to be very impactful before IOC. I feel like IOC overshadows these sets.
Yeah, if we go to Invasion of Chaos, we got the Chaos Emperor Dragon, we got the Black Luster Soldier, we got the Dark Magician of Chaos, Dimension Fusion.
Nuts.
The most powerful card of tier elements, Skullmark Ladybug. Manju.
God,
Smashing
Skill Train's
Ground.
only a rare.
Berserk Gorilla. Compulsory Evacuation Device. That's a really good one.
So I'm still looking at Dark Crisis.
Yeah, Skill Drain only being a rare is really interesting. Oh, Grand Maju is in Invasion of Chaos. I don't know if it's playable, but it would be very funny.
I don't think it's going to be playable until we get the the Banish of the Radiant and Dimensional Fissure cards.
Yeah. And even then, Ryukoki is going to make Pyramid Turtles so much better.
Yeah. Well, so Vampire Lord in Dark Crisis, and then Ryukoki.
Vampire Lord is a secret rare though, so it's a lot harder to get.
Yeah, we know how many of those show up. What's Ryukoki? Is it a common?
Yeah, it's common.
Okay. Then it's probably harder. But I mean, if you're after zombies, there's going to be Ryukoki. There's going to be Vampire Lords like hanging around. I think the only secret rare that got completely missed was Jinzo.
Yeah. There might be some other like stinky secret rares, but yeah.
We weren't paying attention to it. Got Sakuretsu Armor in Dark Crisis as a common. Crazy.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. Also in Limited, a Hero Emerges comes in Invasion of Chaos, potentially playable.
Yeah, definitely. So
Stealth Bird.
3 very explosive sets, I think.
Yeah, like just right in the row there too.
Yeah, right in a row, definitely. And then I think after IOC, there's 13. Is it how many? How long until GX? What's the first GX set? Which number is that?
First GX set is Lost Millennium.
Lost Millennium, of course it is. Yeah, and Lost Millennium is.
It's the one with the big ancient gear golem on the cover.
Ancient Sanctuary.
Yeah,
Ancient Sanctuary is a cool one because that's like the counter fairy stuff, isn't it?
Dark Beginning 1, Rise of Destiny.
Yeah. Okay, so it's actually a while to go.
Flaming Eternity, Dark Revelation, then Lost Millennium.
I wonder if we could fit 9 sets in before Or have Lost Millennium be the 9th, perhaps. We'll have to plan it out. I think we'll have to chart our course soon.
Yeah. Because, like, it would be really cool to start GX as a separate split.
Yeah, well, I mean, so GOAT format starts...
Oh, or you do it that way, yeah.
Ends, yeah.
With Lost Millennium.
With Lost Millennium, that's right. So I think Lost Millennium being the final set of... If it works out that way, I think that could be good, but then it could go either way. I think Lost Millennium does need to be either the last or the first.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, and speaking of GX, because I know, like, as myself, a progression series viewer, we're going to try and get through GX as fast as possible. The GX split we'll probably try and do the entirety of GX in one split. And that does mean doubling up on some set releases.
Yeah. I've advocated potentially for, obviously doing the set rotation that Prague Playoffs does, but like people just don't like that. People don't like it. So
the thing is I feel like it's a pretty unique idea, right? That they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it makes interesting metas that it was really fun to see them explore. But we would literally just be doing the exact same builds that they were doing.
Yeah. And, see, we can be the Prague Playoffs for progression series rules in a way. Because we're going to be keeping the sets and everything.
We have a lot of unique rules. Trading definitely opens up a lot of deck building that is usually completely out of reach. And the
just the amount of people involved adds a lot of different ideas to the format,
and completely unlimited as well. Like even like the progression series, the main progression series, like they follow the
traditional ban list of the time,
which means that a lot of cards are already limited to one, which kind of balances their format for them in many ways. We're going to be playing with many people with 3-pot agreeds there next time. Because only the banned cards remain banned. Anything on the semi-limited or limited list gets lifted.
Which means I'm going to be heading in there with 3-pot agreeds thanks to the Karo pack. Or was it the Karo pack or was it the tournament pack?
No, it was the tournament pack.
Yeah. So the Karo pack gave me Graceful Charity. That's right.
That's
what happened.
God damn.
I have all the draw power. But yeah, you could also describe it, as someone did in the comments, as Prague Playoffs for gay people. I like that one.
Yeah, just completely ignoring
the fact that it's half gay.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's so funny though.
It's like Progression Playoffs, the famously heterosexual series.
The famously straight series.
Yeah. My favorite cisgender heterosexual Yugi-tuber, MBT.
The one with he/they pronouns.
What?
Yeah.
No. He's cisgender heterosexual because obviously they're the straight progression series.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh man. But I still think it was a great comment. You go person who made that comment.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Gay people. It's one of those comments where you don't know if that person's like, oh hell yeah, it's progression playoffs for gay people, or it's progression playoffs for gay people.
It's
you
funny
just don't know.
Because the way they said it was like, oh, this is like Prague playoffs for gay people. Sick. And it's like either is it sick as in like cool, or is it sick as in
they said sick. Sick as in like sin.
Sick. But no, probably sick as in cool, because that's how people use that term now. But it's possible.
Well, I mean, if they'd said for gay people, sickening, that would be different.
Shout out to that commenter though. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to that commenter, and somebody really needs to tell them about MBT and Leah.
But no, I've been loving the comment section on the videos. Lots of people pointing out all my misplays, making me very introspective about myself.
Well, I mean, that's like, have you seen the comments on like any progression series? That's all
on
they
any
did.
Yu-Gi-Oh channel ever.
Yeah. It's like how many progression series like lately is like they start and like Seema is like, I have to apologize for for not MSTing the snatch steal.
meanwhile, Gage goes, "Yo, bro, I can't believe I didn't read Ronin Tonin."
Yeah.
It's the first line of text.
Yeah. So what do you think about the like overall mechanics of the league? Are there any that you particularly like, or any that you aren't a huge fan of? You know, like the ban points, the vote ban, like banning. How do you feel about the banning system? How do you think the banning system panned out? What did I just say? Banning system?
Bogo's Binted banning Bistum. I think the banning system has been good but slow. I feel like there's a lot of... It started
slow.
Because I think we
whiffed 3 votes in a row.
We did.
Yeah.
Getting 4 people out of 8 people to agree to something is a tremendous task. It is hurting cats.
I think we missed... No, we missed the first 2, and then I think we got 4 out of 7.
Which is surprising, honestly.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what it's kind of there for, you know? I think I like the limiting and stuff. The one thing I might do is make it cost a little bit more to take a card from a semi-limit to a ban, because I definitely noticed that a lot of cards that are like head scratchers on the ban list mostly got there because they kind of just like climbed the ban ladder. Like if people didn't know what to do with their ban points, they would just be like, "Oh, white magical hat, ban that."
Yeah, like Muka Muka's already most of the way there. Let's just finish it off.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think what I might do is give out more ban votes, but then weight the ban, like 1 point for semi-limit, 3 points for 3 points for limit, and then 5 points for full ban. You know, like so it's a bit more of a commitment to get a card all the way there.
That potentially solves the problem. And if we give like, because I would like to see like more wide uses of some of these, because like when we were playing with, you know, Chain Energy, Toll, Bog Spirit, that like all these different stall cards, I feel like more of them should have been hit than there were, and we all had to focus on one at a time.
Gravity Bind completely untouched.
Yeah, Gravity Bind's just there. It's just there.
Yeah,
because it's the one you can remove with the remove trap.
True. Yeah, remove trap did fuck all for me. I had a real like 2-3 week stretch of terrible luck, getting soloed by Fairy Box multiple games in a row with like 5 like wrong calls in a row to lose a game.
Fuck Fairy Box.
Yeah,
it won me a game. Man. Fuck Fairy Box.
I had a match where I drew like 6 or 7 spell cards in a row. Just couldn't find a monster for like 6 or 7 draws. Yeah,
that's basically what happened. That's why I lost 1 game against Jasper. Is I got TT'd Torrential Tribute, just wiped my board, and I was just drawing spell cards.
Yeah,
it's like I can't recover.
It happens like you forget it when you play a lot of Modern Yu-Gi-Oh, because Modern Yu-Gi-Oh there's just like so many 1-card starters that like half your deck just does stuff.
Like to the point where a couple months ago we were playing 60-card decks that were just all 1-card starters and a bunch of garnets.
Yeah.
You know.
But like you brick. Well, I mean, games just don't last more than 3 turns anymore. But like you brick with your opening hand, but like your draws, you're always drawing into something useful, typically.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about the loss points? How do you think those work? Do you think they're a good addition?
I think loss points have been fine. I'm famously for catch-up mechanics. People who have heard me talk about Rush Duels will note that is my favorite thing about Rush Duel, is its catch-up mechanics just built into the game itself. And so yeah, I really appreciate the presence of the catch-up mechanics there. Like we were saying, I think potentially the extra packs is a bit unbalanced at this point.
Yeah.
But if we fix that, I feel like the system works.
Yeah.
The system works, people.
Yeah, I've liked them too. As little of them as I got actually to spend, being a top halfer for most of the league.
That's the secret.
I also never got to spend a ban point once. I don't think me or Mira ever got the chance to spend ban points.
I didn't either because I was stuck at 4.
Oh yeah,
I was stuck at 4th place for most of the split.
You were, yeah. Yeah, so definitely some things to tweak. But I'm looking forward to Split 2. I think Split 2 is going to be just so much more interesting, just based on the stats.
Mm-hmm.
It's that sweet spot of like we're away from like
Playground.
Well, yes, definitely.
We're leaving
we're
Playground,
away
entering Goat.
From like Legend of Blue Eyes bullshit and entering Goat, but pre-GX.
Yeah.
So it's that like sweet spot of DM. DM like was pretty good actually at the Chaos era. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely excited, and I'm also excited to get into Reaper once we get into Split 3. That'll be fun. Although I don't have enough Reaper, so maybe we'll see what I can do about that. I think it gets reprinted eventually. I don't remember which set though.
Just ban it.
Just ban it.
Yeah, just ban it. Oh, you don't have it? Just ban it. Yeah. Yeah, fuck that god.
It's now Uriah Turbo format.
Let's go!
I remember when Reaper format first started and people were trying to make Uriah Turbo work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you read... I think Crystal Beast came out before Uriah or after. I can't remember, but like, you read one of those cards, you read Uriah and you're like, free continuous spells, how am I going to get that? That's the continuous spell ones. Oh, my
Uriah's
bad.
the trap one.
Which one? Okay, I'm thinking
like,
the spell
like
cards.
Skill Drain, your Floodgate cards, and then Uriah on top of that. Like, it feels,
then you pop off.
Feels good, but no, it's not good.
I was always like, man, the Crystal Beasts and the spell trap, that's just like a match made in heaven that can't lose.
Like, if Hamon's in defense position, they have to attack into Hamon, and it's got the 4,000 booty.
Yeah. I think GX is going to be more interesting, though, for us than most prog series, because, like, you go through GX and most prog series get like, oh man, shame I didn't pull shame I didn't pull another Laquari, can't play Glads. Shame I didn't pull Grandmaster, can't play Six Sam. Shame I didn't pull enough Dark Worlds, can't play that. So you just stick to playing like DM stuff.
Sometimes you do pull enough of like the Cyber Darks and you don't play it because you think it's bad. You just don't even bother experimenting with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that like I want to experiment. I know this much. When I get to GX, I want to experiment with.
If I pull Cyberdark shit, I'm playing it. Cyberdarks are actually surprisingly kind of okay in limited.
Yeah, I believe it. I definitely believe that. Same with Six Sams.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only thing that like stops Six Samurai from being like viable in most prog leagues is that Grandmaster's a secret, and at that point secrets are really hard to pull because there's like 10 of them. But like I remember playing Yu-Gi-Oh back in that day, and Six Samurai was not like a pushover deck. That was like it was a pretty fucking, it was like the first rushdown deck where like your opponent's like, okay, I summon 1, 2, 3, 4 monsters.
Yeah.
like
just it's literally just swarm the field, you know.
Yeah. It's like I can't think of any other archetype that could do that at that point. Especially the big monsters, because it was like Shien at like 25.
Yeah, yeah. It is funny though that you actually can't get 6 of them on field at this point. It's called Six Samurais. We can't get 6 on the field.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say it's because it rhymes, but I'm guessing maybe it does rhyme in the original Japanese as well.
I think it's like a reference to some of the films. You know?
What was it? Seven Samurai? What was that?
Yeah, I think that's the one.
That makes sense. I'm such an idiot. I'm so culturally like incompetent. Like, that's such an easy spot. I can't believe I was like, oh, maybe it's rhymes.
It's also I think it's also because that's the 6 elements. You know, the 6 elements of Yu-Gi-Oh. Earth, wind,
sense.
fire, water, light, dark. I think there's one of each of them.
Have they ever printed another card that's divine other than the 3 god cards?
No, they have not. Other than the god card support, like Sphere Mode and Phoenix.
Oh yeah. That's... I don't like this tritheism. Triotheism of the Yu-Gi-Oh world, where like there's clearly divine entities out there. They're just not canonized by the Vatican of obelisks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the sacred beasts aren't divine, but what's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, who hallowed these beasts? Slifer came down and was like, "Hey, you guys are pretty sick. Bless up."
Actually, wait, did they ever print the one, like the not quite a fusion of the Egyptian gods? I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, the
like from the anime
Diary
where they
of
get
Brown
combined.
Obelisk.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Let's make it Yu-Gi-Oh this time.
The Dookie obelisk with infinite attack.
Is this a fan made? I can't tell.
Probably.
Wait, here it is on TCG
What do the god
Player.
cards exist? What class? What would you like? Ultimate Zolkin. That should have been a divine card.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Holasti, the creator of light, is a divine card, and it's the one that you have to tribute Slifer, Obelisk, and Winged Dragon Errata summon.
Yeah, I remember that. I thought you were talking about the third obelisk that Yugi makes versus Kyber in the first movie.
No. The player that special summons this card wins the duel. Oh.
Yeah.
So you just have to get Slifer, Obelisk, and Winged Dragon Errata on the field. Easy.
Yeah.
Also, it's only available on the OCG. They never printed it in TCG. It's too strong, I guess.
So it's never been printed in TCG?
Looks like it hasn't, no.
That's fascinating. I wonder why they haven't.
Yeah, I don't...
That's just money.
I don't know.
There's Capcom. Konami. Ooh, can you imagine a dimension where Capcom... Instead of the Gradius cards, we have Chun-Li cards?
Instead of the Vendrads, we have fucking name a Capcom game, Challenge Impossible.
And there's so many. Come on, Ian.
I don't play Capcom games very often.
Yeah, you do. I'm sure you do. There's so many.
Contra, is that one?
I think that's Konami, actually.
Shit.
You're too Konami brained. You can't even perceive Capcom at all.
I'm a good girl for Konami, as I've said before.
Yeah, you've taken too many Konami pills. You're like Monster Hunter. It looks like nothing to me.
I've eaten the Konami burger. It makes me a girl and a Konami simp. Available now at Burger King.
Oh man.
Where were we? What were we talking about?
Well, I spoiler. I've finished all my talking points.
Aha.
Yeah. What time are we up to?
We're almost reaching an hour, which I think is a pretty good place to be at.
Yeah. Pack it, ship it, seal it, charge it.
So yeah, like final thoughts on. Let me put on my interview cap here. You're the creator and runner mainly of this. What are your like final thoughts on this?
Okay, my final thoughts
aspect as a whole.
I'm really glad that people are watching this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because no one's really checking it out on any of our Twitches.
That's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, that is so much easier to stomach based on how fun it is to actually play, and the fact that people are watching it somewhere.
Yeah,
it's just not live, which makes sense. You know, I think it's much harder to follow the continuity
when you can't rewind
piecemeal.
it.
Yeah, and like most of what's streamed live is just like a snapshot of games and it's like pulls with no deck building afterwards and stuff. Like, so it definitely makes sense that like YouTube pre-recorded is like the place to watch it. And I'm just like really glad that we've had that happen, because I think if it had only been Twitch and then like it had done the numbers it did for like the people involved on Twitch, I might not be as enthusiastic to keep this like going as a long-term project. You know what I mean? Like I might have done 2 splits and called it a day.
Yeah.
Just to like finish off the M era and just be like, okay, well, we're not playing GX. If no one's watching, we're not like, what's the point of subjecting ourselves to GX if no one's watching?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like this is something I would like ideally like see all the way through now. Like I think it's exciting.
Yeah. And I don't think I've made this like explicitly clear in a video yet, but if you want to check out any of the people I'm dueling, you can go to the description of the YouTube video that they're in, and their all their Twitch and Twitter is in there, so you can go follow them.
Yes,
and see what they normally do when I'm not kicking their ass.
I would say definitely the best. Like, if you want to kind of get like a little bit more of the league, like get a bit more of a full picture, because I don't have time to edit all of them into one video, and they don't have. Oh god, no one would watch that.
They don't have the ability to send me their duels or anything.
Like 4 or 5 hours long if it was like all duels and polls.
Like, unless I just made them all separate videos, but I don't have that time.
No one does. But we meet every Saturday to, as a group, I think the majority of us open our boxes on Saturdays at like 4 p.m. EST?
Yeah, it's like 4. It's 4
I think it's so that's 9 p.m. for me. So it's 4 p.m. Eastern time every Saturday during the split. I'm always streaming it, but other people do sometimes too. And usually it's about 4 or 5 of us that open our boxes. Some people like to pull off stream. Shiki likes to pull off stream. Obviously, Ian pulls off stream for the YouTube series. And
having Ruko us all there and being live would be a mess for the video, but
yeah. Well, I mean, I think we had 2 weeks where all 8 of us showed up.
Yeah,
the first week, and just randomly one week we're like, oh, everyone's here. Yeah, it was just really nice. So we break down like
it only
the
takes like an hour or two, so feel free to hop in.
It has on average lasted an hour. We go through the ban votes. The ban points are allocated, so if you're wondering where like the ban list comes from each week, you can see how that sausage is made. And then we get to the polls and the lost points and all of that. So
and I make stupid jokes about the cards that nobody likes.
Yeah. You will say this card is a good instant fusion target at least like 22 times in a row and laugh at it every time you say it.
Yeah, I'll be like, shout out to my man, a man with Wajat,
Yeah, I think I heard you say that 3 times.
Yeah, and I workshop bits for the videos, so if you want to hear that.
Oh, yeah. So you're testing all of your like. We're just like a weapons testing range for your Yu-Gi-Oh jokes.
Yeah.
which does mostly boil down to, hey, look at this card.
Hey, look at this card. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Hey, Lightning Conger. That's a funny card.
That was a funny card. That was my favorite one. Because you were right. Like, I don't care about instant fusion targets and like magical musketeer in like 28 years from now, like. but a lightning conga with like 800 attack printed like 12 sets in. That's hilarious.
The normal monsters that they keep printing, just like incredible, just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell it's like literally. It's literally like when you've got an essay due and you're like 100 words short So you just start like rambling and like filling a sentence. That's literally what it is. It's just bloating the pack to get it up to the card limit of just like, it's a guy, he's a man with club, and he's got 450 attack points, and no one's ever gonna play him.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, Lightning Conger should be the mascot of the series.
Oh, split 2. Well, it has to be a split 2 card. We'll have to think what funny card there is in Magician's Force.
I've been like doing for the thumbnails. I've been choosing like monsters that are really impactful in the games. And one time there was no impactful monsters. I just chose a floodgate.
Which floodgate?
It was Fairy Box.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like, what if I just chose the stupidest card imaginable instead of an impactful card?
We've got the ultimate obedient fiend coming out, the ultimate submissive and breedable Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Junior Journey staple.
Oh god, yeah, of course it is. It's normal summonable.
It's just a giant asshole in defense in attack.
Yeah.
No, I'm probably gonna keep the one I made for the last one with Patrician of Darkness with the pyramid turtle in front of it. Gotta be honest, that one's my favorite. I'm like, mwah, just beautiful. I think that one was very aesthetic.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it. We have oppressed people coming out.
Huge revolution.
Oh, that'd be so cool if someone plays that.
Did you know that in Rush Duel they turned Giant Revolution into a whole archetype and also changed it from Giant Revolution to Giant Revolution, and now it's ant themed?
That actually makes a lot of sense.
It's so funny. It's so good.
That makes a lot of sense.
Rush Duel is good, people. Play it. Make Konami bring it over here.
Is there any way to... Is there like a video game?
Yeah, there's a video game that you could play for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's available on Steam. I think it's only available on Switch. Or maybe Xbox too. I don't know. I don't know anything about Xbox.
Rivalry of Warlords is next set.
Yeah.
Oh, Sonic Duck. Do you think Sonic Duck's a good mascot?
Ooh, Sonic Duck. Actually, well, Sonic Duck, I believe, was playable in Duel Links very briefly.
I mean, it's probably it's the best card to go under Gravity Bind because it's 3 stars in 1700.
Yeah.
So it overthrows the whatever dragon it was.
Yeah, and also it's a wind monster, so it was able to be summoned off of that one feather wind card that equips itself to a wind monster in your graveyard. Yeah.
There's no funny cards in this set. It's very annoying. There's some cat cards though.
What's up with Sonic Duck? He's wearing a bucket on his head.
Hey. That's one of Yusei's friends. You leave Sonic Duck alone.
No, you're
Wait, hang
Sonic
on.
Chick.
Wait. I am.
Sonic Chick
is Sonic Chick.
Wait a minute. Wait.
I think they did put Sonic Duck in the starter deck.
Sonic Chick. I just had a brain blast. Sonic Chick is like very obviously femme-coded, whereas Sonic Duck is like ambiguously gendered. Transition, baby.
Possibly. Or the oh god, I can't think of words.
Wait.
I was going to use like some big words, but like the heterosexual trans couple of like of everyone's dreams, you know? Because Sonic Duck is wearing a bucket on his head.
Yeah, and it does actually specifically gender him as he in the flavor text. So it is Sonic Chick to Sonic Duck.
Like ADHD, kind of stupid trans boyfriend and cartoony pink round trans girlfriends. There we go. We did it.
I like how
we
Sonic
fixed Yu-Gi-Oh!
Sonic Chick can't be destroyed by battle with a monster that has 1900 or more attack, and Sonic Duck does fall under that range.
Oh no, it's Romeo and Juliet! No.
All right. I think
any of that's making it into the video.
Yeah, that's all making it in. That's too good. We can't let that go.
Is that good?
It's good. It's
is
so
it good?
It's
is
good.
Is this rambling about the Sonic Ducks? Is that content, Ian?
Look, maybe I just missed podcast mode from Budget Sealed series, but I think it's good.
Someone in the comments tell Ian that it wasn't good.
Yeah. To just like fuck me up and like be extremely transphobic about it. Just like.
Yeah, degrade me, spit my mouth.
Just be awful. Just be absolutely
awful.
Mean. No, I will block you if you do that. Do not. You can criticize me. Just don't be transphobic. That's a joke. That was a joke. You can't give these people an inch. These commenters on YouTube.
The only legal transphobia is transphobia against the Sonic Duck and Sonic Chick. And that is because, like Jesus, they took all of the sins of humanity onto their shoulders.
That's true. That is true.
So it's not only like allowed, it's actually good.
Yeah.
It's actually like morally correct to be transphobic towards them.
I'm always
which is really
this.
Odd, but
wow.
Is that making it in?
Is that making it in? That's a question. Comment if this made it in.
Is this making it in? Am I making it in? Are you gonna edit me out?
At Kara on Twitter if this made it in. No.
Yeah. Just at me a really transphobic tweet about Sonic Duck.
About Sonic Duck specifically.
Make it vague enough that I don't realize, like, make it like vague enough that it's like, don't mention it about like being a Yu-Gi-Oh card or like say Sonic Duck. Allude to Sonic Duck while being incredibly transphobic and see if I block you. And if I block you, you win because you managed to sneak the secret code past me.
Oh my god. Is this making it in? Okay.
We'll come back next week for more bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing next week because we're still going to be on break from the thing, but I still want to get a video out of some kind. You'll see when it happens.
We could play each other with the decks, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, any last thoughts before we sign off?
I feel like I've vomited enough thoughts out for one day.
As for me, I've been really enjoying this. I'm glad to have this on my channel. I think this has been a lot of fun, and I'm glad people are enjoying it.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow.
Welcome.
Yeah, I am thankful to you, Okara.
Yeah, and also that was mostly directed at the audience. Like, you're welcome.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
You can, audience, you can thank us by giving me money. But no, follow Kara on Twitch and Twitter and everything. Make sure to send the support to the person who's doing all the work. And
you probably do more work with the edit than I do, to be honest.
I don't know. I try to make it a light edit as much as possible, but as people probably have noticed. But if you like the video, how about you give it a like, maybe share it around, maybe subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. And if you really like it, you can subscribe to my Patreon. I got a whole bunch of Patreon goals, rewards, and they get you access to stuff. In fact, now they get you access to more stuff because now you can access special chat commands that only are accessible by patrons. Every level has different commands that you can access now. So yeah, go do that. You could also tip. You could give me a tip with my tip link. If you do that, you get my premium channel points, which you can use on my Twitch to access special chat commands as well, basically. And so you get more rewards than you used to now. So I'm gonna promote a little bit there. And I also have my throne wish list to give me a gift. I also have my TCG Player affiliate link if you want to buy any singles, sealed product, or accessories. You can use my link in the description. Go to TCG Player and get what you want and support the channel all at the same time. But if you cannot afford to do so, please do not. I will be fine, I promise. My usual disclaimer there. And And lastly, follow me on Twitch and Twitter and all that stuff. And I'll see you all in the next one. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful rest of whatever time it is for you. Bye, everyone. Say bye, Kara.
Bye.
Bye.